Leading off the bottom of the third inning for the Grizzlies, number 34, the left fielder, Russ.
Do I have to, what do I have to, how do we know that we're actually live, though? What's up? So Rutledge makes the play in left, and we now have one out. 2 down, bottom of the fourth.
The left fielder, number 34, Delmas.
So Delmas Russ will be the hitter. The right-hander will dig in as he faces off against Funimasa Suzuki. Runner at second base. That is Tanaka, dancing as he is daring Suzuki to take a peek over at him. Suzuki deals a slider away, and Russ could not check up. Instead, he's well out in front, a swing and a miss.
Yeah, Russ 0 for 1 with a strikeout. His last at-bat. Suzuki trying to induce another one here.
Here's the breaking ball in the dirt. It is smothered at the dish by the catcher Traeger. We've seen a lot of good defensive prowess behind the plate from all of these teams in the California Winter League, but also some blunders as well when handling pop-ups in foul ground specifically. Breaking ball again. Suzuki has fallen in love with that pitch as he finds the feel and the grip for it. A foul ball, and we'll do it all over again. Grizzly lead it 2-0. They're knocking on the door for a third run here in the bottom half of the fourth. Open stance for Russ as he awaits. Suzuki fires. Outside, Traeger dives to keep it in front on the backhand, and he does. He'll request a new baseball. So a good defensive play. Suzuki approves, tipping his cap. A good play by Traeger to prevent Tanaka from moving up.
He extended as far as the middle infielder would on a hard ground ball into the gap.
So 2 outs as Russ tries to bring home another run. Here's the pitch, a check swing. Traeger thought that he went, they'll appeal out to second. Nothing there.
Count is now full and 2 outs. Wondering if the runner from second will take off with the open base at first.
Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Suzuki waves off. Now he nods in approval. Coming set, fiddling with his feet. Kicks, deals. This ball is outside, and a good at-bat from Russ to take a walk. Back in Palm Springs, Mitch Lesser alongside Andres Tejeda
Number 34.
Grizzly lead this one, the battle of the Canadians. It's the Canada A's, the Alberta Grizzly.
The pitcher, Aaron.
Aaron Ushry will lead it off. He'll set the tone here in the top of the 7th. The A's trail by 6 runs. 8-2 is the score. New pitcher on the hill for the Grizzly is Delmas Russ. Utility man, doing it all.
And then, just like that, doing it all. Aaron Ushry coming from shortstop to pitch now. Now up to bat.
Everybody's trying to channel their inner Shohei Ohtani.
A dual threat.
This ball hit into center field, and the play is not made. Ball is dropped. Ushry on his way to second, diving in safely. That is going to be an error out in center field, looking for the number of the center fielder, as there have been plenty of defensive moves around the field. Probably just lost it in the sun. We hit on that a little bit earlier. There is a mountain behind us, and then the sun just kind of hovers above that mountain right in the perfect slot to be right in these guys' eyes. So it is a lot more difficult for them to see than one would imagine.
Yeah, and you can tell by the shadows, it is directly behind us. The shadows are creeping into the infield, and you see that big old rectangle. Once that starts to cross home plate, it's going to be harder to see those baseballs as they come towards us.
So Ushry reaches on the error. He is at second base.
Number 36, the catcher, Connor Donahue.
Connor Donahue will be the batter. He came up with a big double back in the 5th. And at the time, that was huge to cut the deficit to only 2 runs. At that time, the Grizzly led 4-2. But then the Grizzly pouring it on with 3 more runs there in the bottom of the 5th, 1 in the bottom of the 6th, to give them 8 total. A big swing and a miss from Donahue. Pitch from Russ inside. Shadows looming, as you said, Andres, across the field, spread out from left to right. Fans still out here today, and what's a beautiful day. Swing and a miss. Fans will hang around. It's a great family atmosphere out here.
Been here for 4 days and loved every minute of it.
Hard not to. There's probably something wrong with you if you had a problem with it. Swing and a miss. Blew his doors down with the fastball. So Donahue is down on strike swinging. 1 away here, top of the 7th. Last chance for the A's, who trail by 6 runs. Russ reeling back there and finding some velocity.
Yeah, he's trying to shut it down for the Grizzlies. And again, the safe lead, not a safe situation here as they lead by 6. Is look at that. All that power knocked his hat off on that pitch.
Kind of mentioned Shohei Ohtani. It's hard not to mention in today's game. Unbelievable the shift in baseball, how we go from the face of baseball and a guy like Derek Jeter for so long to a guy who throws 101 on the mound and can also hit 40-plus home runs at the plate.
Oh, yeah.
It's insane to think, and now all of these kids growing up, that's what they want to do. They want to pitch on the hill, and they want to be a threat at the plate. I've had the opportunity to watch some younger youth baseball this last spring on a bunch of tournaments, and every one of these kids now, they want to be a two-way player. It's incredible, the shift in baseball and the shift in athleticism as well.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
You have to be a world-class athlete to do that. Obviously, most people don't think of baseball players as being world-class athletes. You think of guys that play on Sundays, like football players or guys in the NBA, and of course those guys are freaks of nature athletically, but me and Josh on the broadcast the other day, we kind of touched on the fact that baseball players just kind of have to grind it out and to be that athletic enough to play both ways is just out of this world.
Yeah.
And something that a lot of guys just really dream of doing in today's game. Here's one for you, Andres. Another thing we've never seen before in a baseball field. Stopped in front,
rolled over his head, and then made
the
by
umpire.
the plate.
The umpire said, "Oh, this is a live baseball here. Let me just pick it up and pocket it."
I think we got to give him a stolen base, or we give him a wild pitch.
We give him a wild pitch, and then he just stopped at third due to the umpire just pocketing the baseball.
Yeah,
Now, I've seen it before where, have seen this a few times in baseball before where the ball will skip in. And I don't know if you've seen this, Andres, before where the baseball actually just finds the pocket of the umpire naturally.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen the umpire say, "Oh, here's a baseball. I'd like to keep that one."
The funniest part was that the catcher was still looking, and the umpire had it in his hand, and he's like, "It's right here, man." Like, my goodness, was that something to see?
It's been one of those days as the A's still trail by 6 runs. Next thing you know, he's going to put on some batting gloves and go to the bat. Maybe hit for them.
We were talking about Shohei Ohtani, and I was privileged to be in his presence when the Angels came to Minneapolis. That is a tall, strong, large man right there.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to see him pitch, but we did see him pinch hit a few times in Minneapolis as he goes down on strikes on the swing.
That was McFarland who strikes out swinging.
But that is a impressive. I don't know if I use the word specimen or just human being, but that he is larger than life. I'll say that much.
Number 7, Adrian.
I don't know. I guess I just got extremely lucky, Andres, in the summer. Going to an Angels game, saw Ohtani home run.
Oh, that's
and then
something.
Going to a Padres game and seeing Tatis hit a home run, and then going to a Dodger game and I saw Mookie Betts hit a home run. So I don't know what the odds of that would have been, but I had the privilege to do that. Fernando Tatis, obviously an electric player in the game. He's probably one of the most polarizing figures in the game.
Oh, yeah. I was in Miami when Giancarlo Stanton hit home run number 48 at home against the Rockies.
Wave and a miss from Pizzana, the hitter. And that's what baseball needs. We're talking about, making baseball fun and playing for the guys. Tatis is one of those guys that kind of elevates that, plays with a flair. He's got the dreadlocks, the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
For the longest time, it was kind of frowned upon as far as, this is a game of respect, which we all understand that, but these guys trying to have more fun as the game progresses along. This game progressed along at a rapid pace as we hit around the 3rd inning. No score up until the 3rd inning when the Grizzlies scored their first 2 runs.